Hungarian punk bands, we need you. Please get a hold of us. Send us stuff.
2023. április 1-én nyílt meg Las Vegas egyik legújabb nevezetessége, a Punkok Múzeum. Minden múzeum esetében az egyik legfontosabb kérdés, hogy mennyire interaktív. Nos, ez a Punkok Múzeum eléggé, ugyanis van egy szoba, ahol kipróbálhatod az tulajdonképpen a kedvenceid gitárját és erősítőszedjeit, tetováltathatsz, és van egy házasságkötőterem is, aminek az az érdekessége, hogy megkérhetsz itt dolgozó zenekartagokat, illetve akár Fat Mike-ot, az egyik alapítót is, hogy ő legyen a tanúd az esküvődön, és azt mondják, hogy itt teljesen más típusú házasságok köttetnek, mint Las Vegas különböző részein. Itt hónapokkal előre szervezik az esküvőt azok az emberek, akiknek ez a szubkultúra fontos, és szeretnék, hogy az esküvőjükön is a része legyen, de ezen kívül rengeteg olyan kiállítási tárgy van, ami miatt mindenképpen érdemes egyszer ellátogatni, ha valaki Las Vegasban jár.
This was in 1983. I bought the album Reagan's In by Wasted Youth. It was that album.
Uh-huh.
And this is the guitar and the amplifier he used to record that album.
Oh.
So when I plug this guitar into this amplifier, it's
actually the same,
the exact same sound. This head was also used to record the first Black Flag 45, the Nervous Breakdown EP. So Chet bought this from Greg Ginn from Black Flag. So this recorded the first Wasted Youth album, the first Black Flag, and some of the first Red Cross. Originally, Fat Mike had the idea to do a store in Las Vegas, a punk rock store. And then it was like, well, we could put some cool stuff up in here, and then COVID happened. So none of the bands could tour. Everybody was stuck at home, and so everybody was going through the warehouse, going through the studio, going through the basement, and finding all this old stuff. And so as we're all talking, everybody's finding all this old stuff, and it's like, well, let's not do a store, let's do a full museum to celebrate all this stuff. And then once the word went out to everybody that we were doing this, it just blew up. Every one of these guitars in here came from one of the band members going, I want to be a part of this too. Tim Armstrong, I want people to be able to play my first guitar I used in Rancid here. You know, so everybody started coming together and just donating or putting stuff on loan to us. So everything in the building is on loan or donated by the musicians or the fans or the people that book the shows, the people that own the clubs. We've recently been in talks with like Danny Fields, who managed the Ramones, and Iggy Pop, and he's talking to us about how he found a whole bag of film from like 1976 of the Ramones at CBGB's that nobody has ever seen. Nobody has ever seen these pictures, but this will be the first place they can see it. It's run by the people that made this music happen. So Fat Mike from NOFX, Fletcher from Pennywise, Joe from the Vandals, Tony Hawk, people that did well from punk rock gave back to make this place happen, you know, and they're the ones that are donating the items too. You know, like I said, we have Fletcher's guitar, we have Fat Mike's bass, we have Joan Jett's guitar. These all come from the people because they want this to happen. You know, we're honored to have this happen. I'm honored to have my bass hanging up here on the wall, you know. The day I got to call my mom and say, okay, you know how you used to get mad at me for jumping out of the second story window on top of the van, on top of the station wagon, and then I would go out into the middle of the desert and play this terrible music with these weirdos. Well, now I'm in a museum, and I'm gonna work there too. We also work with a lot of collectors. So some stuff in here didn't come from the band members, like Johnny Thunder's guitar. Johnny's been dead for almost 30 years. So that came from somebody who, after Johnny died, went and collected all of that stuff. The saddlebags, the key to the hotel room he died in. You know, all of that stuff was collected by one person. So he donated that. So we work with quite a few big collectors who are the ones who are going out and doing that. We don't do it ourselves because we have enough to do just taking care of this stuff too. You know, I mean, we take care of this stuff as a proper museum. Everything, the temperature is kept at its specific humidity, acid-free paper behind everything. You know, it's everything's treated as the artifacts that they are once we get them. But there are other people that are out there looking for them. But we do too. The stuff from Generation X that's downstairs. I'm friends with Durwood from Generation X. So when this place opened, I called him, you know, hey, you need to be in here. And he brought that stuff down. So it happens like that with a lot of people. And we're still new. This place has only been here 8 months now. So now that people are seeing video from, you know, from all the other people, they're realizing, hey, I want to be in here too. So now we're getting calls from those people also.
And Candy, I mean, if some Hungarian punk
yes,
bands.
Please, yes. Other wonderful things about this place is the people that come through and do the tours. So like today we have Tony from the Adolescents, the singer from the Adolescents, doing tours through here. So he'll walk you through and point out what all the different stuff is. But then, you know, this is Fat Mike's bass. I played with NOFX in 1984. We opened up for him in the middle of the desert, and he'll tell stories like that. So every person that comes through and does tours in here, whether it's Bez from Black Flag, whether it's Alice from the Bags, whether it's Greg Hetson from the Circle Jerks and Bad Religion, whether it's Fat Mike, whether it's me. We all tell a story of we were misfits, nobody liked us, we made ourselves look weird so the rest of the world was mad at us. We didn't do this for money, we did this because we had to. But then the little tentacles that come off the story are different because Monkey from the Attic story happened in England. Don Bowles from the Germ story happened in Los Angeles. My story happened in Las Vegas. East Bay Ray from the Dead Kennedy story happened in San Francisco. So there's little differences, but it's all kind of the same story, you know, and that's what's great about these places is we're kind of oral tradition carrying these stories on with people. I hope one day we start filming them because eventually we're going to be gone. And once we're gone, those stories are gone unless we pass them on. Yeah, we want to be inclusive of every punk band. That's part of Fat Mike's drive with this place is he wants to recognize every band that had to go out there and get in the van and go, you know, sleep in the van, eat terrible food so you can go out and entertain people that night, you know, the next day. You know, so yeah, we want to represent all of those bands, even if it's just a flyer on the wall. They're just, you know, they need to be recognized as much as everybody else because we all did the same thing. Some people did better than others, but we all did the same thing, and we all should have that respect for each other.